All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachaha, Wadash, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Well, peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom, Barakathum. And this is your Ra coming back at you with another video. All right, I'm just going to title this Mischief Upon Mischief. All right. Now, in the book of Deuteronomy, it speaks about, in the 32nd chapter, about how the Lord is going to heap mischiefs upon, wicked and rebellious Israelites. All right. Ezekiel, the 7th chapter, speaks about how mischief shall be upon mischief. Okay. Amos, the 5th chapter, speaks about how the day of the Lord will be like a man, fled from a lion and a bear met him, or, vice versa. I get it mixed up. And he ran from the bear and the snake bit him, and this is how the day of the Lord is described. And what that really is describing are the plagues that are going to hit this place in rapid succession. Now, remember how the deliverance from Egypt happened, okay? These were massive plagues that affected everybody, and they happened in rapid succession, okay? And the reason they happened in rapid succession is because the heart of the Egyptians, and especially Pharaoh, were rebellious, man. Even through all of those plagues, those people were committed to their wickedness, okay? And even to the point when he hit them with the 10th plague, they still pursued us out of the wilderness. Now, think about the level of entitlement there, because they weren't doing it because we were trying to take something from them. They were doing it because they wanted to keep us as slaves. They felt entitled to having us as slaves to work there in Egypt. That's how rebellious they were. All right. And I outline that story because we know the parallel of Egypt is here in America, and this place is about to get hit with plagues. All right. Now, what made me think of this is the Hurricane Milton, which is on track to be a Category 5. I mean, they were saying it yesterday, basically. It was a storm yesterday, but they said it's on track. It's probably going to hit a Category 3, but then this morning, they saying it's going to be like a 4. Now they're predicting a 5. Okay, that's going to hit Florida. All right, now Florida is already having a massive housing market crash. All right, and a lot of it started with, well, really the interest rates, number one, and then the insurance companies, which, I speculate, but you can pretty much take that to the bank, that they got a heads up about these hurricanes that were coming, which I sincerely doubt are completely natural. All right. Now, if you know anything about hurricane weather systems, not only can they create these things, but they can control the trajectory of them as well. All right. Hurricanes go to wherever the warmest water is. That's what determines their trajectory. Whichever parts of the water have the most heat or the warmest water, that's the direction they'll go. So all Esau has to do is heat the water up and head ahead of it in the direction that he wants it to go, and the hurricane will track that direction. All right. So, knowing all of this, knowing that the insurance companies are already getting out of Florida, and the other ones that stayed, they jacked the premiums up way, way high. And guess what? Even when they have to, even the ones that stayed, that jacked the premiums up way high, so they can kind of get some of the money up front that they know they're gonna have to pay back in claims. Guess what? They're still gonna go to the government and try to get the government to absolve them of paying out the claims. All right, even though they've been charging you extra premiums, for these houses, man. All right. The condo market's in shambles. So these are people that have lost their homes or on the verge of losing their homes, and now they're going to get hit with a hurricane. And that's why this reminds me of the mischiefs, all right, that the scriptures speak about, about how the day of the Lord proceeding up to it would be, okay? And this is exactly what you see, okay? There's things stacking one up on top of one another. Now, that doesn't even count all of the people that were living paycheck to paycheck, or people had all of their money or their net worth tied into their homes and equity, and now that's going to be wiped away because the insurance companies are going to be like, well, we'll cover this, but we can't cover that. basically useless, useless. And so this is going to compound, man. And so when people don't have any places to stay, and I can attest to this, in 2005 when the hurricane came, in Katrina, you had a lot of rebellious, demonic niggas that lived down there in New Orleans, man. And what did they do? Them niggas went to Houston, primarily Houston and Atlanta, and both of those cities got hella worse. Okay, the gang violence and the debauchery going on there got way worse in those cities. All right, violence and crime, it all goes up, and that's what's gonna happen in these hurricanes, man. All right, people's kids are gonna go missing. People's kids are gonna go missing. They're gonna start developing mental health issues. All right, and then on top of that, the government's gonna print more money. It's gonna lead to more inflation. So you see how all of these things, they're connected. All right. While you got this guy Klaus Schwab over there talking about the poly crisis, okay, and about how we got to be ready for this and ready for that, and they have the power to create all of these crises. All right, so you have to ask yourself: are these crises, are these a coincidence, or is this the devil at work? All right. Now I would bet that this is the devil at work, because he knows he's got but a short time, as the scriptures say, Revelation the 12th chapter, and they're getting ready to just take America. All right, this is why you're hearing even people are as high as the president of the United States, or the soon-to-be president of the United States, start backtracking on things like free speech. All right, talking about we got to relook at free speech. You're not free to speak on things that are quote unquote misinformation. But then when you ask them, well, who decides what's a misinformation? They do. You see, so it's not this objective thing that you can look to and hold yourself to. It's whatever they make up. All right, just like these JOOs. All right, they'll say you're an anti-S. All right, but then you ask them what it is. All right, and they'll say, well, it changes, it evolves over time. All right, in other words, it's whatever I say it is, nigga. That's what they're telling you. Okay, and this is the second hurricane that's hit. That don't sound suspicious. Like that Umar Johnson meme. That don't sound suspicious. And it's highly suspicious, man. All right. And I think people are starting to wake up, but they're not gonna wake up in time, and it's definitely not gonna be enough. And then even the ones that do wake up in time, guess what? They're gonna panic. All right. They're gonna call on a god, a false god. All right. And you're gonna perish, because what people don't understand is that America, the death of America is inevitable, man. America is already finished. It's already written. Okay, there is no getting around it. This place is through. Now, people may still be somewhat comfortable for now, but it ain't gonna be for long, man. I went into Whole Foods yesterday, tried to get like a half a pint of fruit, man. $16. It's like a container, maybe like that round, short container, that big. $16, man. All right. And then, but see, they're charging you a premium for organic while they poison you with this other pesticide bullshit, man, which is completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. And the reason they need so much pesticides is because they're growing these farms in mass. And you can't tend to a large field of strawberries or grapes or whatever and deal with the pests that large unless you use a chemical. But if you had smaller ones and they were in different parts of the city, each farmer could take care of the pests without adding a bunch of chemicals to it, man. So this place is absolutely through, and we're gonna wait to see the fallout of it. We're gonna wait to see the death tolls, but they're expecting it to touch down, I believe, today. I got to get the update on it. I've been working all day, But we're gonna see what comes out of this, man. You know, because this place is these people need judgment. Okay, every single one of you people that are halfway in and halfway out, the Lord is gonna deal with you swiftly, man. Pretty soon, tragedies are not just gonna be something you watching on the news. It's gonna be your life. All right, and if you don't have the shield, the whole armor of the Most High, then guess what? You're gonna get hit with the fiery darts of Satan, as the scriptures say. All right, and get ready for more and more to come. Why? Because it's election season, man. All right, multiple October surprises going on. You know, we're not even getting into the Middle East developments. You know, these things are gonna ramp up and get worse and worse and worse and worse. Just like 2020, it got really bad, then it calmed down for a little bit. All right, and then it felt good, but then it got bad again. All right, but it really didn't get better because inflation has been going up ever since then. You know, and that bubble is getting ready to burst, man. This economic bubble is getting ready to burst. People have had it; they're at their wits. You know, the government knows that the average person don't have, you know, $500 saved away for an emergency. They know this. They can actually just see your bank account, man. They have the power to just make your bank account $0 or $1 million right now. They do have that power to do that. But they don't care, do they? Because they want slaves, man. America is a plantation. All right? That's what it is. And y'all haven't realized it until now, but you're getting ready to realize it. Anyway, I'm going to end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call hello Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rahak Shalom Kwam Yasharal.